Hi class, this is Riley, and I'm going to be talking about how exercising helps mental health in teens. So right now, our youth is actually in crisis. 8 to 9% of children and adolescents show depressive symptoms, and approximately 1 in 4 teens has a mental health disorder, yet less than 25% of them actually receive treatment. And it's been shown that lower self-esteem and higher levels of anxiety and depression are related to less healthy lifestyle beliefs and behavior choices. And these are going to be playing video games and binge watching YouTube and Netflix as opposed to getting out and being active. And their studies have shown that there's a significant association between adolescents reporting highly daily average screen time and heightened depressive scores, along with anxiety. So, students and adolescents that are spending more time on screen, whether it is TV, their phone, or a computer, are reporting more depressive and anxiety scores. So, there is a correlation between screen time and anxiety and depression. So, why should we focus on our youth? Adolescence is a period of significant risk for the onset of mental disorders, and it is also the time during which independent lifestyle behaviors are developed, which can significantly impact on immediate and long-term health. So, what that's saying is adolescents are starting to make their own lifestyle choices. So, if they're choosing a sedentary lifestyle choice right now, it is more than likely to bleed over into adulthood. So, what we want to do is to help them get active and fall in love with activity so that they are still active in adulthood because like it says adolescence is a time for a significant risk of mental health disorders. So if we can give them a preventative measure early on, we can help them hopefully prevent these depressive and anxiety symptoms. It has also been shown that overweight and obese young people are known to experience particular mental health vulnerabilities, including weight-based teasing and bullying, stigmatization, poor body image, and self-esteem, and this in turn is expected to impact on potential sedentary behavior and mental health association. So if these young people get bullied, they're more likely to stay in sedentary behavior, which and then affects mental health associations. As we learn, sedentary lifestyle behaviors are very much linked to anxiety and depressive symptoms. So another reason we need to focus on our adolescents is because they're getting access to technology at younger and younger ages, which can encourage a sedentary lifestyle at even younger ages. So we have to intervene as quick as possible. And depression can have long-lasting effects that bleed into adulthood. And less than 1 of 4 male and less than 1 of 5 female students met the minimum recommended physical exercise criteria. So we can see our teens are not getting enough activity in their life. So why should we exercise? So exercise is good for a release of endorphins, which is your happy chemicals, which improves your mood. And exercise can also take your mind off of things. Think about it. If you're running the mile, you're not worried about anything other than getting that mile and catching your breath. And exercise can also be a healthy way to cope. There was actually a study where a woman beat alcohol addiction by jump roping. Every time she wanted to drink, she would jump rope, and eventually she no longer wanted to drink. So it is a good way to cope. And it should be known that exercise is not supposed to be the cure. It is supposed to be a preventative measure or an additive measure. So for teens who are already undergoing treatment for depression, exercise appears to be a strategy with modest benefits and little downside. And even in kids, combining low to moderate intensity exercise with interaction and play should better reduce the anxiety, depression, and symptoms. And the reason we should push exercise too is because there are other benefits than just helping your mental health. You can reduce the risk for heart disease, lower your blood pressure, improve your sleep, and it's an energy booster. So, why should non-PE teachers care? Exercise has been shown to help form brain cells to help students take in information better. And there are studies that show that students who exercise before studying actually retain information better. And exercise can also help to improve your memory. And studies show that more active teens do better in academic classes and tests. So exercise doesn't take away from your academic classes, it actually helps them. So you should be pushing exercise to your students. And also, if you keep your students active during a lesson, it'll help them focus and be less disruptive. And so what can you do as non-PE teachers to get your students active in your class? Add brain breaks, which are just little activities throughout the day, maybe 3 or 4 throughout the day, what'll get your kids moving. So you could do something as little as a wave, or you could just have them get up and jump for a couple seconds or a minute. Or you can have them do jumping jacks for a minute or squats for a minute. Just get them moving and active. Or you can do the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 lessons, which you would say, give me 5 squats, 4 jumping jacks, 3 push-ups, 2 sit-ups, and 1 squat jump. Just whatever you want, you can make. Or you can make your lesson active. You can have stations where kids have to walk to and from. Or if you're a history teacher, you can talk about old exercise machines and have the students try them out. And the last thing you can do is educate your students on the importance of being physically active, because if we preach this in more and just than just physical education, I think they'll really grab onto it and understand how important it is to be physically active. And here are my references.